Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I have not done kind of a favorites for a little while, and I know I use a lot of different foundations in my videos, and it switches up kind of depending on the time of year, depending on the look I'm going for. So I thought I would share with you my top 5 favorite foundations. I know that everybody has different price ranges and everybody has different budgets when it comes to makeup. So I incorporated high-end and drugstore makeup, so we kind of have my favorite go-tos. Now, I would not say that any of these are dupes for each other. They all do totally different things, so I'll kind of walk you through why I like each one of them and what kind of looks I like to use them for. So starting off with drugstore foundations, now I definitely have a favorite brand when it comes to drugstore foundations just in general, and that would absolutely, without a doubt, have to be L'Oreal. I feel like they are the best when it comes to coverage, blendability, how much you can apply, like how thick you can put the foundation, how long that they wear, the tone that they turn to after they oxidize on your face. I honestly feel like they are one of the best lines of foundation. My favorite from L'Oreal is their True Match. Just their super blendable makeup. They're a very basic one. I love this. This is the lightest one that they have. It's porcelain and it's W1. I have a really hard time finding light enough foundation for me, and this is one of the only lines of foundation at the drugstore that goes as pale as I need, and when it oxidizes, it doesn't make me look yellow or like sick. So I love this one. You can do lighter coverage, you can do thicker coverage, like you can do a lot of different things with this, and I feel like this one, even if I don't set it with a powder, I can still get away with it. I'm not oily, so I don't know if you're oily if you could do that, but I have pretty normal, it's not dry, it's not oily, it's just like in between, and I just put a primer underneath it and put this on and I'm good to go. My next favorite from the drugstore is also from L'Oreal, and this is their Lumi True Match. Now this one is a little bit darker. This is a lot like the other one. This one is just going to give you more of a dewy glow to your skin. I sometimes set this with powder, sometimes don't. Depends on if I'm going to be sweating a lot, if I'm going to be inside. But I can usually get away with just setting my under eye concealer area and not have to set the rest of my face with this one, so I can still get the dewiness from the foundation. This one is a little thinner coverage than this one. And I like to apply this one with either like, excuse my dirty brushes, but I like to apply it with either like a fluffier kabuki brush or a damp beauty blender, either one. But I love this foundation, and I'm actually out of both of these, so I'll be going to the drugstore this weekend. So this is a new favorite foundation. This is the Fenty Beauty Foundation, and mine is in 110. It's the lightest one that they have in their liquid line. This one I have a love-hate relationship with. Now, I'm not dry and I'm not oily, but if your skin is anywhere near dry, it will cling to that patch. So I have to put a lot of moisturizer on before this and a really good primer on. And then I apply this with a flat brush, working in sections on my face because it dries super fast. And then I always set this with a powder because I like the finish better set with a powder. But holy crap, dude, this will not come off your face. I was sweating like a pig, like sweat rolling down my face into my eyeballs. I know that's disgusting and very graphic, but that is my reality. I sweat like a pig when I'm outside, and it was, I'm honestly amazed and don't know how this stayed on my face. My foundation looked exactly the same as it did before that when I put it on and after. I don't know what kind of sorcery this foundation is, but if you're going to be outside sweating like a pig, this is your foundation. I saved this one for specifically 4 days like that, but this is a little bit more work to apply. You definitely have to set it and have to moisturize the shit out of your face before, but once you're wearing it, it is one of my absolute favorite foundations. Now, this is probably one of my favorite makeup lines there is. I know there's a lot of controversy about it. It is definitely on one of my favorite lists just because of their variety and the quality of their makeup. It is MAC. So one of my favorites from MAC is their Face and Body Foundation. This is the miniature version of it. I love this one for like summertime, if I'm going to be outside, if I'm going to be swimming and I don't want to have a lot of coverage on my skin because I don't want it to like run down if I'm going to get like splashed in the face or something with water. It really just depends as far as this one goes. I like to use this if I'm doing like a more natural dewy look. I don't have to set this one with powder. This one is also awesome at staying on through sweat, water, all of that. This one is not as heavy coverage as the Fenty Beauty one. This is more for somebody who's got great skin and you just want to even out the tone. I typically don't deal with acne or anything crazy that I have to cover up, so this is perfect for like an everyday foundation for me. And I like to use this with just like a kabuki brush. I love this foundation. Now, my absolute favorite foundation in the world would have to be my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. I love it to death. It is my favorite coverage foundation. It leaves my skin absolutely flawless. I don't typically set this with powder. It kind of just depends on what I'm doing for the day and how long I'm going to be wearing my foundation. It is my absolute favorite foundation. It is full coverage for me anyway. It might be medium coverage on other people, but I don't have to deal with a lot of stuff I have to cover up. But it makes my skin flawless. It is super comfortable. I will wear this for a 13-hour day at work. Has absolutely no problems with my makeup. It is my absolute favorite. And my shade is N4. I believe this is also the lightest one that they have. But I love this foundation, and this will always be in my makeup collection because it is hands down my favorite. Now, since I've been talking a lot about powder and kind of what I use to set my face, I figure might as well just add this in there. This wasn't planned to add this into this video, but you guys are probably wondering what I use to set my face now. If you haven't seen my other tutorials, then you wouldn't know this. If you have, you would definitely know this. But I like to use actually a CoverGirl powder to set my foundation, and I use the powder puff that comes inside of it. This is a little nappy, so I'm sorry. This is the Professional Loose Powder, and this is just in the lightest shade that they have. And then to set my under eye concealer, my absolute favorite that I use every day, unless I decide to use another one, would have to be my Ben Nye Colorless Luxury Powder. Again, I've had this one for over a year, and look at how much is gone out of this, and I use this literally every day. I have one other powder that I've used maybe 10 times, but this is the best thing since sliced bread. So if you're pale and no loose powder brightens up your under eye, don't worry, girlfriend, I got your back. This is the way to go. This thing was like 20 bucks. But worth every single freaking penny because it will last me until I die, probably. Those are my favorite foundations and the face powders that I use. I hope you guys enjoy this and kind of like that I incorporated both high-end and drugstore. If you guys want to know more of my favorite products, just let me know in the comments down below because I kind of want to do more of these. This was fun to kind of tell you what I like to use each one for because I typically don't go into detail in my tutorials for that. Also, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. I have Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Snapchat. All the names and links are in the description box for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have tons more makeup tutorials coming your way because I'm all inspired by the summer colors. That's everything. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!